What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Right off the bat, I just want to say I did not come up with this video idea. I got it from a YouTuber called HopperoMMA. I think that's how you say it. This guy, um, UFC fighters who are better versions of other fighters. So this guy's channel in this video is going to be linked in the description of my video. I thought it was a interesting idea, so make sure you go subscribe to that guy, check him out. But here we go. So for the first one that I have up here, I think Tom Aspinall is a better version of Stipe Miocic. So as you can see, Stipe, he's got great boxing and he's got great takedown defense. He's not a fish out of water when you get him down. Um, and that's very rare for a heavyweight. But Tom Aspinall, he has the boxing, he has the grappling defense, but he's also really fast. He has good movement. He's got submissions. He can submit you from like anywhere, which is so rare for a heavyweight. And he's got a good kicking game, which I think it goes a little bit under the radar. Like if you look at the Pavlovich fight and the Tabora fight, he was throwing some really good kicks. Two more calf kicks in that Pavlovich fight, and it would have been Dunzo. Oh, look at this guy. What you doing, Bernie? What you doing? Um, but yeah, I think Tom Aspinall is a better version of Stipe Miocic. Um, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that one. On to the next one in the middleweight division. I have Roman Dolidze and Brendan Allen. So I think Brendan Allen is a better version of Roman Dolidze. As you can see with the slideshow, Roman Dolidze, his striking is dog shit. It's terrible. He runs at you swimming, throwing punches like this. I don't know how he's top 10 in two divisions. I don't know how he does it. Why are we letting him get away with this? I don't know. You tell me. But he's got really good grappling. He will snatch a submission up very quickly. And, that's basically the reason he won the Jack Hermanson fight. He was getting the shit beat out of him. And then Jack Hermanson shot a takedown for some reason. But Brendan Allen, watching him fight, like, I know a lot of people like to shit on him because he's salty man. He likes to talk a lot of shit. I'm not a huge fan of Brendan Allen, but you can see him kind of like getting better at the striking element of his fights as he goes on. Like, I'm pretty sure he dropped Bruno Silva with a punch. He was doing good versus Chris Curtis on the feet. So you can see his striking get better as he fights. And he's also very good on the ground. He submitted Paul Craig, which, that's really impressive because that's basically the only way Paul Craig can win fights is submitting people. So submitting a guy like that is very impressive. But on to the next one in the featherweight and lightweight division. I kind of, took two fighters and one from different divisions, but like Ortega said he's moving up to lightweight eventually. So Brian Ortega, I think he is a worse version of Charles Oliveira. So when you look at Brian Ortega, he has some of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the UFC. He can submit you from anywhere. It's really impressive, but what he lacks is his wrestling and his striking. You see in all of his fights, basically, he gets hit like hard. He either gets like stunned or knocked down, and he just kind of gets beat up on the feet. Now, he's not a terrible striker. He can still knock you out. He's got some pretty good boxing, but overall, as a striker, he's not the best, and he does kind of lack wrestling. His wrestling isn't that great, and that's where I think Charles Oliveira is a little bit better. He's kind of like an evolution of Brian Ortega. He's a lot better at striking. He's more dangerous. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is just as good, if not better. And, like, he can shoot takedowns. He's got good takedowns. It's just the past couple fights that he's had, he hasn't really been fighting people who it would make sense to shoot takedowns on. But I think he's got some pretty good wrestling. Like, he's got ways to get the fight to the ground, and his clinch game is also better than Brian Ortega's. He's got good elbows, good knees. That's a big reason why he beat Dustin Poirier, just beating him up with knees to the body. Um, but yeah, I think Charles Oliveira is kind of like an evolution of Brian Ortega. But on to the next one. I think Ilia Topuria is a better version of Dustin Poirier. So when you look at Dustin Poirier, he's got like a very boxing heavy style. He does kick sometimes, but not a lot because his hip, I'm pretty sure he had a hip replacement, which honestly is fucking crazy how far he's gotten when he had a hip replacement like quite a long time ago. I don't know if it was a hip replacement, but it was something to do with his hip. So the fact that he's even like competing with guys like Islam Makhachev, Justin Gaethje, Oliveira, like he's competing with these guys is crazy. But when you look at his style, it's basically all boxing. He will throw kicks sometimes, and if he gets on your back, he is pretty dangerous. There's like a narrative that goes around that he has really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I know he's a black belt, but when you look at some other guys in the UFC, definitely not, like up to scratch with like elite BJJ guys. So that's where I think Ilya is better. So number one, I think Ilya has better grappling defense. I think it's going to be harder to take him down because he's short and stocky. So he's got a lower center of gravity. And we've seen in the Islam versus Volk fight, like it can be pretty damn hard to take down these short and stocky guys because they're so strong, and like good luck getting to their hips. Um, and in the Josh Emmett and Volkanovski fights, we've seen Ilya. He's got really good calf kicks. He spun Volkanovski around with a calf kick. He was landing some good calf kicks in the Josh Emmett fight. We also know he has really good submissions. So he's a better grappler than Dustin Poirier. I think he's a better boxer too, and I think he might even hit harder. This guy has like different power. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the guy to beat Islam in the future, because if he can stuff Islam's takedowns, then I think he's got a really good shot at beating him. So I think Ilya, he's like Dustin Poirier 2.0. Now, I know their boxing styles aren't like they don't box the same way. Like boxing is a very nuanced thing. There's very different styles, but they do both box a lot, and that is their main way of winning fights. But I think Ilya has added in the kicks, he's added in the wrestling, the submissions, and we've seen Dustin in the past struggle with grapplers. I don't think Ilya is going to really struggle with grapplers. I think shooting on him might be a bad idea at some points in time. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that one. This next one, up at welterweight, I think that Jack Della Maddalena is a better version of Jeff Neal. So when you look at Jeff Neal, he's got really good boxing. He's got heavy hands. He's hard to take down, and he's got some alright kicks. But I think that Jack Della Maddalena, he is a better boxer, and he's got great BJJ. Like, it's actually really good, and his get-ups are something special, dude, and his reversals. So I think people don't give him a lot of credit for his grappling. Like, I'll see people talking about how, he was down on the scorecard against Burns. I don't even think it was. I think he was winning the third round because Burns didn't really do any damage. And the first round, he definitely won. Jack won. But his boxing is amazing. He can fight from both stances. Like, he'll switch stances in the middle of combinations. The way he mixes up, like, headshots and body shots, it's really good. If you get him in a tie clinch, good luck doing anything to him because he's going to be down there ripping to the body. And good luck keeping him down because he's kind of like a monkey on the ground, dude. It's like, how the hell are you going to, like, keep him in one position. We saw in the Gilbert Burns fight, and Gilbert Burns is one of the best grapplers at 170. Like, good luck keeping this guy down. It's going to be very difficult, especially if he's healthy. So I think he's kind of like Jeff Neal in the sense that he's got amazing boxing, he's got a lot of power, he's got some good kicks, but where I think Jack is better is his grappling, where he's not just like takedown defense. It's like if he takes brain fart, my bad, having a seizure over here. Like, if you try to take Jack down, like if you do get him down, good luck keeping him there. So I think he is better than Jeff Neal, and he has a similar style to him. Let me know what you guys think of that one. On to the last one. This is at light heavyweights. I got Bogdan Guskov and Yuri Prohaska. So I think that Yuri is like a better version of Bogdan. So we see, they both have really unorthodox and unpredictable styles where their hands are down. But Bogdan, he has a lot of power in his hands. I don't think it's as much power as Yuri, though. And we've seen, like, he can be rocked and hurt. Like, you can do some damage to this guy. He doesn't have the kind of, like, legendary chin that Yuri has. People are going to be acting like Yuri has a bad chin after these, losses to Pereira. But, like, look at the Rakic fight, dude. I remember he ate like a double jab, then a step in elbow from Rakic. It literally landed right here. It was an elbow to the tip of his chin, and he just ate it. Like, he didn't even wobble. This guy has a crazy chin, and I think Yuri has more power too. I think he's the only guy to ever knock Volkan Oezdemir out, and maybe not the only guy to TKO him, but I mean, he knocked him out cold. He's the only guy to ever knock Volkan out cold, and I think Yuri is just a little bit better. I think he's faster than Bogdan, and I also think Yuri is a little bit of an underrated grappler. I think he's got a pretty good ability to find submissions, and he can shoot takedowns on you if he gets the idea in a fight. Like we saw him shoot takedowns on Pereira in the first fight. I think he shot like one in the second fight and then never went back to it. I think he got a little too confident on the feet. But yeah, I think Yuri is like a better version of Bogdan. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you thought this was a good video. As I said in the beginning, this is not an original idea from me. I got this idea from HopperoMMA, and I will link his channel and this video in the description. So make sure you go check that guy out, like and subscribe on his videos. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you would like it and subscribe. And what's up with this guy back here? Yeah, take a look at that guy. And let me show you guys something real quick, dude. Don't give me shit for my Thomas the Tank Engine poster, alright? I've had it since I was 5. I know there's going to be comments about it one day. I'm leaving it up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later.